Hey there, it's Patmos and nice of you to join me as we continue with Land of the Vikings. We are overlooking this part of town from up a hill. We can see this part in the distance. There's also a part coming up right here. So we are quite busy with some actual growth, which is really nice. There's just still lots and lots of work to do to make this even better. Now, one of the things I want to do is build more houses here. I think they're chopping down this tree as we speak, so hopefully we are able to build a house here soon. Let's zoom in to see if there's somebody working there. Yes, we can see an axe swinging. So as soon as this tree goes away, we can build an extra house here. I'd like to do it in such a manner that, yeah, something like this. This should be good. All right, there we go. Let's build a few houses, of course. We're going to need a lot more people. We also need to invest in food production, though, so that might be an issue soon. All right, just like this. 3 more houses. That should do the trick for now. All these are being chopped down. Let's chop this one down, and I think we're going to start some farming in this area. Here we have nice farms. That's all okay. We have the extra farms here, of course. That's a start. But it won't be enough. Here we should be getting the extra cattle. Not so far, but they should be starting to get in there not too long from now. We do have all the chickens, so the meat should be getting in. Let's make sure that we have all the jobs up and open so we can refill places where somebody laid down their lives because of old age or an accident, and that we then can make sure that their jobs are refilled, the job openings that they leave behind. I think I'm going to build a few fields here, and then maybe put a road in between and then build another few fields, so that on both sides of the road there are fields, but they can also get across it. And make sure that we make good use of the space so that they can walk in between quite fast, because over roads they walk faster, and that we can benefit from having the road up there basically. Alright, so let's make sure those trees get chopped down. We're still needing a lot of wood. We did get the extra carpenter here, so that's a good deal. Kinda hope that will go fairly quickly. Let's speed up a bit to speed 3. It could be quite nice. The resources are incoming. This one is not nearly filled up. It's completely empty, so those are all very good positive signs. If we have plenty of space for goods to be stored, that's a really good thing. Alright, all the boats are in there. We have some Tree of Life points. We were using them to get to the smaller pieces. What's this? Warehouses provide 10% more space. That's valuable. Villagers walk 5% faster. Warriors' power increased. Products bought are cheaper. Alright, so we have everything down here now. I think we should progress upwards. So let's take this one. Village walk 5% faster. If we get to this one, we can get better housing, which will be very nice. The cost of building a path is reduced, and houses that are connected to roads generate extra happiness. Well, those two are also very powerful. So those are pieces that I want to get to as well. Now, one of the things we have been neglecting a little bit is things like a herbalist. So we have these extra houses here, but the herbalist is only in town. So I think it can be good to actually build a herbalist right here, but also in this part of town, because this is quite a large town right now, and they don't have their own herbalist, which is not a big issue, of course. I mean, it's not like people will start to lay down their lives all of a sudden, but adding a herbalist can be very beneficial to this part of town. Alright, let's see. Let's make the road a bit smaller so it can fit in between here. And then we can just go like this. All we have to do now is wait for the herbalist to be ready. But then we can connect it to the road as well. I think that will be a good option. Alright, 10 builders, that should be sufficient. But we can have a few more because we have a lot of laborers now. And I'm kind of hoping they will take down these trees soon. Just for me to start farming here. Or maybe we can already just build a farm. Starting right here. Yeah, I think we can. Have to be a little bit out of the wall here. I think. Yeah, something like this should work. Alright, there we have our first farm. That also gives us a chance to just build a road here. That we want to get through, and then we can start to farm here too. Alright, let's build another one. Can't connect it to it, but that's okay. Another nice field, very good. Alright, let's get some wheat. Basically all we want is wheat. In order to make more food. Production, let's get a windmill. We'll build it on this side. So we have food production on this side of town as well. And with that, we might just be able to supply this part of town with all the food that it needs. Let's start with 2. We still have a few coins, so we could start an extra field on this side too. And if we started also a bit out of the way of the road, then we might fit another granary here soon. Auto select, just more wheat. We need a lot of wheat. How much do we have? Well, 800. So we have a good amount of wheat, but we can still use more. Newcomers will arrive. All right, they can join. No problem. We're building houses for them anyway. Usually a newcomer family just needs one house, so no issues there. Need more warehouse workers, 3 of them. Okay. That could also mean that another warehouse was completed and we need to completely set it up. But I don't think that's the case. Yeah, this one's filled up. Maybe this was the new one that's just finished. It's okay. That looks good. This one's probably completely overloaded. Yeah, so let's put in an extra worker. And then let's decorate it a bit more with barrels. Just to increase the... Oh, we don't have coins anymore. That's the issue. I was thinking, why would it go away? Well, at least it can have a little bit more food now. And of course, the more they buy it, the quicker we get more coins again. Did work out fine though, so I'm happy with it. They are actually laying the foundations here for the different buildings. I think we should get a well here. Quite simply to make sure that we can water the fields quickly. Maybe we should build it here and then save that space a little bit. And then we continue the field up here, the next one. Alright, let's complete the road a bit further. Yeah, just like this. So at least we have a road. Okay. Now, I would like to prioritize this housing, because I want these done first, and then they can construct all of that. You can still see people without a house walking through town, and that's not precisely where I want to be at. People need to have a house, so we'll make sure they have. Alright, we have 3 markets. There can be 4 people in each. So I would say we need 12 marketeers, but we have 13 set up right now. So that number should be down 1, yeah. Interesting. That was actually interesting. Well, we fixed that, so... we need to save space here for a military port that we can't build yet, but hopefully soon we can build a war dock. But that will take space, and then maybe after that we can add some extra fish. We can see our number of food is growing a little bit. thanks to all the farms and the fact that we have these mills all working. But we have to make sure that we can keep them all working. So that's the next thing. The farms need to be able to keep working all through winter. So we need to increase the yield that we get from the fields and make sure that we can store it all. And once that's all secure, we'll be fine. Kind of hoping that we can get some good yields from this. And hopefully then they can finish this little windmill as soon as the wheat's stored in there. Ah, the herbalist is being built. Very nice. Now, of course, this game every now and then is also a little bit of a waiting game. Because when we give so many building assignments, we need to wait until it's actually finished and all the buildings get done. The herbalist is ready. Let's put a smart person in there. You can go in there. Very nice. We have 92 herbs. That's a good amount, actually. I've had games where I had way less all the time, so there I'm quite happy with that. I do think we can work on our army, though. Let's train some troops. Can we make archers already? Kinda hope so. Yeah, at least one. We can do 2. We can do 3. We can do 4. Yeah, that's it. So, no, you're not going to be trained. We're going to train 4 archers just because of the coins. And that would help to our defense. So that's nice. Herbalist, but that should take some time to build. All the houses here are done, so no more houses being built there. So we're not getting that many more houses in at this stage. But I'm happy with that, because if we start growing too quickly now, we won't get enough food before the winter comes, and then in the winter we'll starve. Food is actually growing now. Already 60 added to the stockpile since we started playing, because when we started it was close to 400. So that is moving in the right direction, but it will take time to actually get it all precisely as we want it to be. So we'll see, we'll see. For now, I'm happy with it. Just the fact that it's growing now should be hopeful. Although there's always a chance that we still not produce enough. But with the growing amounts of grain, I think we should be okay in the winter. It will be quite interesting though. We have some timber again, because we were slowly running out. All we want now is extra wood, and more extra wood. You can use all those pieces of logs for different reasons. One house is done. Ah, must have been the newcomer family, so that's nice. And now we wait until these all get built. Now this one still needs a log. There's logs in here, so that should not be an issue. Now this one also needs one more log. Ah, there comes one. There comes the other, I think. Then they can start building. And you can see this one goes here, carries the log. And now it immediately starts building. So you can see that the builder is actually the one carrying the goods. Keep that in mind. It's not the laborers that carry the goods towards a building site. It's the builders. And make sure that if you have a lot of constructions going, that you have a lot of builders. Okay, so these are doing a very good job getting me all the goods that we require from this area. We might even expand it by building more in here, just to make sure that we get a little bit of extra gathering stuff and hunting stuff. I think that won't actually hurt us. And with some extra hunting, we can get some extra hides or leather that we can use for clothing. That'll be quite interesting. Now, if we go check our clothing industry, I must say I have no clue where I've put that down. Yeah, that's just housing. They're up here. I know where that is. This is the tailor. Production. Well, we're producing high quality clothing, some light armor, that's it. But I think we can use another tailor. So let's make another one. Because we have to make a lot of clothing. And making sure that we actually get it is quite an important feat. Blacksmith also important, but not that important. So yeah, we need iron tools, but also not too many. So I'm going to do it like this. And once we have enough shields and enough weapon parts, we can slow that production down. But for now, we need to work on our defenses first. Ah, they're building the windmill. These houses are done and filled up. That's good. They can have more kids and we can grow our village that way. We can see that we almost have 500 food now. So that's moving in the right direction too. We have 3 of life points. Let's see. This was houses that are connected to roads. Let's do that. Let's make our village more happy. Can't go to that one, so that's interesting. And this will make roads cheaper to build. Very good. I like that. Here goes another log. So this could be another field. If we have enough coins. I'm not sure we have enough coins at this point, but we might get enough coins while I'll build this. Not enough silver. I know I need 80 silver. We'll just need to wait for it then. Come on. We have 77. How hard can it be? Just somebody go to the market, buy something worth 3 or 4 coins. There we are. Perfect. Alright. Well, let's try it. I don't think we have enough time to actually grow something on it, but we'll see. The mill is done. Let's get 2 very strong and powerful workers in there that are up to the task. Bake me some bread. 521. We are actually going quite good with the food. I like it. There's also plenty of firewood around now. We have 1,000. We have no firewood in this area, so it could be something to build a firewood place close there. We have 2 here next to each other, which are probably both filled up quite a bit. Yeah, so people can buy their firewood there. Ah, we have another herbalist ready that we should also give somebody to live in. Yep. And we should have a firewood place here. Yes. But now it's not evenly spread over town. And in some areas, they won't get all the benefits from it. So let's change that out. And let's make sure, whoops, that's the wrong way, that we get one here too, so that they can buy their firewood here as well. Maybe we should put it on this side. Doesn't have to be in town, of course, that's okay. I think we should build a warehouse in town. Just for the benefit of having a warehouse in here. But first of all, we need to... no, we don't need to expand the road. What we can do is build a warehouse here. Make it face towards the marketplace, like this. Then we'll build a road like this. And we'll build a road like this. And there can be houses all alongside. Yeah, okay. So then we can build houses here. Maybe we can build 2 layers of housing. Okay, well, 2 points on the Tree of Life. We need 6 to unlock the better housing. So let's just do it like this now. I think it will be even better if we build 1 big road here. Then start constructing houses next to this road. Yeah. And this will make this part of town look a bit interesting, which is also something nice. So let's do it like this. What's this? Winter is coming. Alright, we got it. We have to harvest the fields. Well, they'll do that automatically. Let's build a few torches here, by the way, so that people have a light during the dark night times, which we have to be prepared for. And since winter is coming, having a light near your house will also be nice. Just have to make sure I don't run out of coins all the time, because we ran out of coins again. But it's okay. At least you have some light here. And we can see that my house has a road, gives happiness to people. And most houses do have a road, so that makes people pretty happy. Although these houses don't have a road, so let's make sure that they do. So they get even more happy. Oh, look at them being happy. They can't be happier. Well, they should really harvest this. Come on. Harvest the fields that are ready, because winter is coming, so we need to get some harvesting done. Yeah, we should harvest all the fields, I think. It's probably for the best. No active workers, that's fine. Okay, we'll keep that going. Now let's take a look at, here we have the second cattle ranch, and it's already halfway filled up. That's good. That means a lot of extra cows. Then we might also get the extra goat place right here and get the extra goats. Oh boy, things are going quite well. Bumpy ground. Oh, that's not good. The ground here is too bumpy. Well, then we might place it here. Also too bumpy. Oh, that's not nice. That's not a nice ground. Guess we'll have to find a completely different spot for it then. Same time, let's get rid of all these trees. Needs more logs. Shipbuilder died, gatherers died, farmer died, people working in the market died. So yeah, keep an eye on your people, because they die quite quickly. So their lifespan is not that long. Of course, it's a normal lifespan, but in game they age quite quickly. So make sure you check your buildings regularly through this and just refill them with workers. There is one that makes you replace workers out, but it's in the Tree of Life and we can't unlock it yet. Once we can, we don't have to do this anymore. It will be done automatically. But right now it doesn't. Alright, we need some more timber and some dressed stone, and we get another tailor. We take a look at this. We have 110 herbs going into winter. That should be quite sufficient to make sure that most people can get healed when they get sick. Yeah, most of them have a road, so that's good. All the unhappiness comes from relatives that die, which of course is very unfortunate, but it also means that we're doing something right, that they are quite happy with us, except for when a relative dies. But that makes sense, so well, let's chop some extra stones. Yeah, doing a good job here. I think we should now save up some points to go to the better housing, because I want that. But we also want to go to warships and do some exploring and stuff, so I also want to go this direction. It just takes time to get those fame points. One way, of course, is to keep growing your village. That'll help you in the end to get fame points. Alright, we have a log storage here. It's not filled up, so they can still bring logs in there. We're building houses here, which are not nearly done, so they can put them in here too if they want. Which is interesting. Guess they're going to build this soon instead of the housing, which is good because the extra tailor can be used for extra good clothing. And we see that a lot of people still have poor clothing. And by a lot, we could also just say most people. Alright, well, this is all filled up nicely. We've stored a lot of grain. And I think we need more grain storages in the end. Or wheat storages. Can we fit in another one here? No. That won't fit. Okay. Well, maybe we can fit it in here. Yes, we can. Perfect. Well, that should do the trick. To at least make sure we can store all the wheat. I wonder if these are also filled up then. Yeah, oh, this one isn't. Ah, there may be... There's some spaces open, so that's good. But I won't mind another wheat storage on this side. It'll be very good. But almost 600 food now, so I'm pretty confident now that we can make it through the whole harsh winter. Precisely as we want it to. We should have 10 soldiers because they're all 10 strength and we did not build any decorations and things that should keep the troops up. So that's at least a good thing. Now all we need is a military ship to do some exploration around us. Maybe that's the thing that we should focus on first, to get exploring and find others. So then we'll have to go this way. Let's do that. Let's explore. And with this we can get the war dogs and we can get a Drakkar, which is a warship. And with that we can do exploration missions and find out about the world around us. So 5 points to go, which basically means we need to get more people in. And when we do, we'll be able to ensure that we get the points that we want. Alright, let's build it right here. And then continue right here. More housing. I feel quite confident, especially with the amount of food that we have right now. So this should be working out. We have a few sick people though. Luckily we have the herbs. 114. These can keep going for a while. Don't think this food storage will be filled up. Ooh, almost. It's going rather quickly. Let's add some more barrels to it. Well, that ups the storage space. So we should be able to store a lot more goods in there now. We have another tailor. Perfect. Let's get somebody that lives a little bit closer. Even though the other one might be slightly smarter. Alright, we need high quality clothing. And that's it. We just need high quality clothing. That's all I want them to make. I just want everybody to have good clothing. And right now we're not even near getting everybody good clothing. So, well, this one has a quality code, so that's good. But we need more with that. So that's what we're aiming for. It feels cold. Yeah, I know. So just being in wintertime has a pretty big effect on happiness because a lot of my villagers are feeling cold. And that can be helped, of course, by getting more of the warm clothing, which we are trying to get now. I also want to build more of these torches here so that this part of town also gets illuminated, because that's one of the things they like a lot. When you put lighting out here, that will help them all stay more happy. So that's a good thing. Well, my builders have plenty of work with the housing. Let's go one speed up. Let's go at the highest speed. Let's just go crazy, but then at least some things get done. This one is also filled up with a lot of food. That could also be part of why we didn't get more food earlier on. Could simply be that we run out of storage space for it. I think I want to build a few barrels here too, just to make sure that this warehouse can store some more stuff. Yeah, very nice. A lot more food can go in here now. That's a good way to spend your coins. I mean, what else would we do with the coins right now? And spending it on making sure that people can store their goods everywhere is, for me, a very good and nice and smart option. Alright, let's go get some lighting here. For the different houses. Cannot be placed right there. Why not? Okay, well then we won't place it there. At least now all these houses get a light. That should make them happy. Okay, there we are. Most of these now have lighting. Still only have 100 logs, so we chop a lot of trees, but I guess a lot of firewood's being used too. We can already see that firewood came down from 1,000 to 888, which is not that bad, and food's still growing, 600. This is down by 100, but we are already a third into the winter, so I'm actually quite happy with that amount. Because that means that we are producing plenty of firewood to survive the winter with. We now have 16 out of the 20 animals that can be in there, so then that will generate some extra meat. And I'd like to see if we can use this area for more goats, but I'm highly doubtful because I think this is also not the right ground to place this. Yeah, very bumpy ground. See, so that's not going to work out. Unfortunately. I do want more goats though. So I am going to find... Ooh, food stolen from the market. The villagers has noted for days that the food in the market was running low. However, they could not be sure why it decreased. Some have seen someone stealing food from the marketplace tonight. What's the plan in this case? Assemble a team, increase the village security, or do nothing? We'll assemble a team and try and find the thief. And then I guess we're going to hang him, but I don't know if that's an option, but that's what I would do. There will be no stealing in my village. Ever. So don't steal from me. Well, this all works very nice. Good. So we're going to find a place for the goats. Could it be somewhere here? No. Maybe here. I think this could be a good spot for some goats. We have to make sure that these trees go away. Or maybe it can already fit in here. It can. But not too big, so that's a problem. We have to move it a bit out of the line. If we build it here, I think we can expand it quite big. Not too big. I have an idea. Let's build a road here first. Now that that tree's coming down, that should help us out. So I'm going to do it like this. So at least we have roads around the field. Let's make sure that tree really goes away. There it is. And now let's pause and let's see if we can build a goat ranch here. That can actually be extended to be quite big. Yes. Alright. This should be a nice goat ranch. And it should provide the food close to one of the marketplaces. What's your issue? No firewood. Well, you live near a firewood place that has plenty of firewood. So stop bothering and just go get... Oh, Castle was discovered. We discovered another town. I don't know how. Ah, the merchant ship arrived. Probably from Castle. What does it have to offer? Fruit, fish, bread, meat, leather and iron tools. Well, we don't need any of that. So that's easy. So yeah, bye. Not going to buy anything. What I am going to do, which we haven't done right now, is get a few extra scarecrows into the different fields that we've built. It should be quite helpful into gaining a higher yield in all these fields. Perfect, that's it. Well, I'd like to think we did quite some work. Our food's still growing, even though it's wintertime, so having these big stockpiles works. We're halfway through the winter already. So, ooh, look at this view from up here. Very nice. So, this is it for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. Leave all your comments in the comment section. I will respond to them. And then, of course, I hope to see you in a brand new video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.